think at the live. Oh, there.
Welcome to Happy Hour, brought to you by Best Damn Bookkeeping.
Was that really like echoey, or was it just me? Angela's in the house. What are they doing over there?
You know, Wi-Fi.
Hi, guys.
Can you guys hear me? Am I coming through? Okay.
Yes, we can hear.
There you are. There you are. Jai, your music is really light. Are you playing music? Is there music on?
I think it's him.
I was like, man, it's so quiet. I can hardly hear it.
Dude, this is what happens when we, rest for a week.
Yeah, a week off and forget how the hell we make a show.
It's them, not me.
Rusty.
It's them.
JC and Angela, it's you guys. It's not us. What are you saying? It's them. It's not me. Can't even see you. Can't even see you guys. What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. JC and Angela
What's good,
are
everyone?
somewhere in the world. I need to get to, if you're checking this out, if you're hanging out with us, we're live in a whole lot of places. We're live on my Facebook page and our business Facebook page and Click Call Sales Facebook page and my LinkedIn and the YouTubes and the Instagram. But my request of all of y'all is if you're watching on Facebook, jump over to the Best Damn Bookkeeping page. That way, if you comment or want to share or interact or whatever, we can see it in the show feed here. If you do it on my personal page, I can't, like, nobody else gets to see it. I see it on my phone, but then I'm just going to tell you to go over to the Best Damn Bookkeeping Facebook page and interact over there. It just works better. So do that for me, please. It'd be awesome. And what's up, Jai?
What's up?
Dude,
Doing production stuff here.
I'm just glad. Like I always say, there's no such thing as vacation, just work displacement. Like before you leave, you cram a bunch of stuff, and when you get back, you just have this long to-do list and you get a bunch of work done. So it's just like a work displacement thing. It's not like the work disappears. The work just gets done before and after you get back.
Yeah.
I've got some hunting stories because I was gone for a week. So I'm full of hunting stories. Figure I might have to tell some on here. But I was fortunate enough to like shoot a big buck Monday of the trip. Like we went down there Friday night, beat cheeks down to Illinois, like a 7-hour drive in the middle of the night, which probably doesn't sound like a lot to you, Jai, because you like do a lot of shit in the middle of the night. Anyway, JC and Angela, is it in the middle of the night over there? Where I don't even know where over there is. Where are you guys?
Let's do the segment.
We are in. It's a segment.
Yeah. Where in the world are you?
Where in the world are JC and Angela?
I'll tell you one thing. It's cold, but we don't have snow. And North Carolina had more snow and more northern lights than we had in the last 2 days, and it pisses me off right now.
Really?
Iceland?
It's just cold. It's just bitter cold.
So it's supposed to be cold. It's supposed to have snow, and it's supposed to be the best place to see the northern lights.
Where's that?
The North Pole.
Can you give me?
Why do they keep getting muted? Who's muting? Is JC
Iceland. Iceland. We're in Iceland.
You said Iceland.
I said it.
So it's 9 p.m. at night, and we're on our way. We're all bundled up to go try and see the northern lights again. But this is our 4th trek to see the northern lights, and it's supposed to be like the best place, amazing, and everyone in the U.S. is seeing them.
Yeah. Like my in-laws saw them from their deck last night. Like in Minneapolis, like in the city lights, they could see the northern lights. They weren't even out of town.
Is that like the Aurora Borealis?
Yeah.
Yes.
It is. Sure is.
So
not to leave you out, Jai, how are the southern lights these days?
Dude, dark.
Is there the southern lights?
Jai, for real though, how are you in the weather? How are you in the Philippines storms?
It's been crazy. My motorcycle I shared to you in the picture, JC and Dan.
Mm-hmm.
It got toppled over. So I need to fix my handlebar. It broke.
Jeez Louise.
Because of the typhoon. Yeah. So
suppose.
My new handlebar is on the way.
Yeah, you need some duct.
Yeah. But
In true fashion, though, I'm gonna listen to the rest of you. I just don't want us to have to cut off. There should also be a segment at the beginning, Dan, of like, what are we drinking
oh,
Oh yeah,
on the show?
yeah. Let's do that. What are you drinking? What you having?
It's not pinkies up in a coffee cup.
That is the tiniest little adorable coffee cup.
So it is a bottle of red wine in a coffee cup to go out and see
Wow.
the Northern Lights. That's what we have. What's everyone else have?
I've got I scrambled up a cocktail over here. I got some frozen strawberries and blueberries, which this is like my favorite way to drink tequila is throw frozen fruit in and then just like a couple ice cubes to keep the rest of it cold. I scrambled up. I found a bottle of tequila laying around. Happens every once in a while. And then Marty had some like cocktail mixer things, like a little margarita cocktail mixer thing. And she's out of town, so she can only yell at me that I drank them all when she gets back home. So I'm working those little cocktail mixer cans down. So I have a fruity fake ass margarita going on over here. It's refreshing. I'm refreshed, even though it's like chilly as hell in Minneapolis. I guess today it hit 50, but we're heading down into the winter doldrums here pretty soon. So I'm fighting fire with fire. The colder it gets, the more I'm drinking beach cocktails. That's my plan. Jai, what you got over there? Coffee.
Just having some water. No, water first and then coffee.
Water like
first and then coffee.
Water like from the toilet. That's a
dude. Drink your water. Drink your water. That's what I'm having. So yeah, weather here has been crazy because of the storm, Wuhan. Man, we endured strong winds like here in our areas, but the one that been pretty hit crazy was Cebu. So
yeah, it sounded like it was pretty nasty up there. Is that up there? Is that up?
No, it's in the middle island. So
okay,
it's below us. Yeah,
down there. I was close.
Yeah, it's down.
I had to be. I was one or the other.
Still in the Philippines, though.
Yeah, down there. It's down there for me. I should have went with that. It's naturally down there.
I hope everyone from the Unique Genius team located in Cebu is okay. So
I know our team was. They had it pretty rough there for a little bit, but it definitely threw us behind for month end because we were just like, power, internet. It's been a ride.
Yeah, we have one teammate also from Kikosel that's located in Cebu. She had to evacuate and work from the evacuation center.
Yeah. Got real. Shit got real.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It's wild. As far as I know, I got to hit the live button on the Instagram. I always forget to do that because it's on my other screen. Now we're live on Instagram too. JC and Angela, we want a live stream of the Northern Lights when you guys get there. We want to be like in the moment with you guys when you encounter these Northern Lights. Jai, is there any such thing as the Southern Lights? Is that a thing?
I don't think there is because
I don't think so.
We'll be talking about it if there's some.
You would know if there was.
Yeah, I would know.
Are people in the Philippines aware of the Northern Lights? Like,
yes,
is it a thing you guys are familiar with?
For me, at least for me, I am. Yeah, that's why I know it as a aurora borealis.
Is it the same level of awareness that you guys have with snow? Like unless you travel to see it, you will never experience it.
That's it.
It's the same thing.
That's the one. Yeah.
Well, someday you're going to come up here and go ice fishing. Someday you're going to come up here and go ice fishing with me over the winter, and we'll.
Dude, I hope that happens.
We'll cover all the bases
sooner than later. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll do it.
Yeah, because that's the plan too. Need to visit Mike in the U.S. That's one. Visit my relatives that's living in California. And
Are they close to Mike? Like, is
I'm not
that a
sure.
one-shot trip, or is it like a trip within a trip? Because California's pretty damn tall. It's
Yeah,
probably about
I
the
know.
size of the Philippines.
Yeah, I bet. Um, I don't know where my aunt is located though, in California.
I mean,
But
Mike, we
yeah,
know Mike's all the way at the southern end of it. We got him
yeah,
pegged. We got him down
yeah.
there. Angela's back. Do you want to add her just so I don't remove her right as you're adding her?
I did. Oh, we got
I might
comments coming in.
I might lose it as we walk away, you guys, but like it is silly frustrating to be in Iceland, like one of the best places to see the northern lights, that people fly here to see the northern lights, right? Like our trip is incredible. We hiked glaciers today, and I mean, just waterfalls, and like it looks like you're on another planet here. I can't even describe it any other way. It looks like you're on another planet. But you go here to see the northern lights, and we tried so many times, and then everyone in the US is seeing them, including people in our backyard seeing them from their backyard. It's crazy thing.
That is kind of
Yeah.
wild. Now, like, keep in mind when you guys come up here ice fishing this winter, we'll probably see the northern lights. So like we'll have time to check the box. There's plenty of north. We'll be so damn close to Canada. We're gonna be like north of the northern lights. You'll be looking down on the northern lights. They won't even
Nice.
be north of you. We'll be so far north. So you'll get some. So my point being, just enjoy the rest of Iceland. Don't even screw the northern lights. You'll get your share.
We get our share. Well, we're still going out with our coffee cups full of wine.
Yeah, coffee cups full of wine. Pinky's out. Jai, what was that comment? There's people that commented that I don't recognize them. But
It's crazy.
I just wanted to read this one because I don't know if they're in the right spot or not. But I thought it was funny. It said, "I don't get why a romance movie would need to be in 3D, but I guess I'm about to find out. Me and a bunch of my homies are going to see Magic Mike XXL at the IMAX theater tonight." Thanks,
And
Stephanie.
she's from
We got Ander checking in from Estonia. Long distance check-in. Long distance. What's up, Ander? Magic Mike at
welcome
3D.
to the show.
It's crazy. I know I haven't seen Magic Mike, and I'm pretty confident I don't want to see it in 3D if I do go see it. But I like and it's Magic Mike XXL. I don't even know what that means.
XXL.
It's extra.
It's the second one
in your face. Yeah. Is there a second one? Is it still the same dudes? It's still the same.
I think it's the second one. Yeah,
I mean, it must be. It sounds like a sequel. Sounds like a sequel.
Yeah.
Those movie, like, it's almost larger than life. Those movie theater screens are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I don't like. God, in 3D.
Oh yeah.
Be
You see what Mike? Yeah. Did you see what Michael Hinderleiter posted on his Facebook the last time? He was in the dome.
Oh no. That would be a
it?
big place to see a Magic Mike show.
Dude, it was like he was taking a video of the show he was in. Like it was amazing. Like a big
in Vegas.
big
that Vegas
movie theater. I don't know.
Wonder.
Yeah.
We've talked a little bit about ice fishing, so I'm going to transition from there. I'm less of an inside movie screen guy. I'm more of an outside, create my own experience. So I've got hunting stories, and as always, I relay my hunting stories back to business because it's my excuse to talk about hunting shit on my podcast and then act like it's a business thing. So I do that pretty often. So Jai, I'm going to bore you to death and our listeners to death with some hunting stories. And I also thought this time of year for our panel is tough. I don't know how JC is over. Like, JC has a holiday light business. Usually November 12th, people with holiday light businesses are stressed out. They're cramming, they're whatever. JC's just like living his best life. But I know, like,
he's got the best team.
Trevor's out there, Rob's out there.
Yeah.
I don't know where Michael's at. I know Sean's got like demos and he's super busy trying to get recruiting stuff going. So I know we're like light today on the panel, which after I tell some hunting stories, we're not on the radio, right? We couldn't figure out how to get actually like live on the radio. We'll figure that out there.
Yeah.
But my other plan for today, I didn't even put it in the intro. This is like sneaky. wanted, and I think this is like an ongoing segment. This will be more fun when we have like the full panel and they can all kick my ass over this. But Rob and I did like maybe a month ago. God, it had to be like exactly a month ago. We did a P&L analysis breakdown of Best Damn Bookkeeping's numbers. And I, which is weird, to like share all your financials with the world. But I think it's good. I mean, it's like a vulnerability thing, but also I want to show everybody like how real it is and how I look at it, how I make decisions and read the data. And I show my entire financials to our team. Like my team sees everything. My logic behind that is if I was coaching a football team, I would damn sure want them to see the scoreboard. Like it drives a lot of decisions. And so it's okay for them to see how much money we make. They need to know how much money we make. They're the ones responsible for making it. Like it's their money. It's the business's money. And so I think it's just super important that the team sees it. And because my whole team's going to see it, I don't really care if the rest of the world sees it. And I think it's just such again, like I could go through the lessons with fake data, but it's real, it's authentic, like when it's actually mine and I have to deal with it. And you guys can beat me up over it as I go through it. And I think, again, like as we get more of the panel on, I think it'll be a good segment to do once a month with all of you guys, as when we get Trevor back in here and we get Michael on and Sean on and Angela and JC on when they're not chasing Northern Lights. Yeah. I think that'll be a lot of fun to do and get like you guys can ask me a lot of questions with it. Today I'm just gonna freewheel. You can put the screws to me if you want, Jai, or you can just let me rip. But I also so those are, I got hunting stories, I got P&L review, and in between that, I wanna hear some Jai stories about like the weather that you guys deal with. Like we have hurricanes and stuff in the US, but you guys are in you guys are in the hot spot. Like there's shit happening by you a lot of the times. And so, like your infrastructure is shakier, I'll say. Like I don't know, cause I don't live there. Right. But like, you have to be more nimble. You guys are spread out on island after island after island. Like your infrastructure has to be like smaller and more nimble. And so I want you to like tell the story of your experience with like this storm, but also just other storms and how you guys as a society, like how you guys view that. Cause you live there, like you ain't leaving. I mean, not that you couldn't leave, but like you aren't, you're there. And so you like continually are in harm's way, but you know about it and you know it's coming. So anyway, I want to reckon with that too. So first of all, hunting stories. My taxidermy bill went up.
Why?
Because I shot a big buck and now I got to get
that's right. You sent me the picture. Yeah.
I don't. And I was going back and forth with Kurt Geyer from Working Class Bow Hunter. They're like a really good podcast. As opposed to other ones that you might listen to, you guys. They're a really good podcast. They're a super fun hunting podcast, generally like whitetail hunting, whitetail deer hunting, which is what I'm doing and what I'm into. But so Kurt and I were messaging back and forth. He's been on the show once before. He was on the old Bookkeeping Beer and BS show. And I was kind of like, he went from being a dude with a job to being a dude that is just a podcaster. Like his podcast is big enough, popular enough. I think there's 3 dudes that like, that is their job now. And they have a ton of sponsors and stuff like that. So I was like hunting content and like where it blends with business. And so we've had plenty of guests over the years that are like business owners of a hunting related business. And usually when I go on these trips, I do like recap episodes with the business owners I was out hunting with, which maybe we'll still do that. But Kurt and I were messaging after I shot the buck because he lives in Illinois where we had been hunting. And I was like, came down and, stole a few of your bucks again. And he's like, man, don't post that on the internet. Wait, where'd you go, Jai? Jai's gone.
No, I need to pee. I'm listening. I just need to pee real quick. Go.
That's a good reason to go off camera. I appreciate that you decided to go off camera while you got to take a leak. But so Kurt and I were going back and forth, and he's like, man, make sure, careful when you post that because X, Y, and Z. And I was like, dude, like, hey, y'all, whoever listens to the show kind of knows my love-hate with social media. And I honestly, I don't think I'd be on here if it weren't for this podcast. And like, I enjoy interacting with other business owners, and they're across the country. And so this is just where we got to do this thing. I don't think I would have any of the socials if I didn't have a business and a podcast. But I sure as hell don't put like hunting and fishing stuff on there. If my wife and I are on a date, which a lot of our dates happen in a tree stand with our bows, which we're going on another one this weekend, like I'll post that. Like we're out doing hunting stuff together, but I don't do like grip and grins. Here's my big buck in your face. Like I just don't care what everybody else thinks. And I don't want to know what they think, and screw them. So I just send, like, when I do shoot a big deer or whatever. God, I'm wearing a friggin' bow hunting shirt right now, and I got turkey fans behind me. When I do shoot a big deer, I will. Oh shit! Why did it take us off the live? Hold on.
Welcome to Happy Hour, brought to you by Best Damn Bookkeeping.
I don't know what happened, but somewhere it stopped being live. Now we're back live again. I don't know what's going on with StreamYard, but sorry about that, everybody. Here I was just talking to myself, but now we're back. God, how weird. I don't know why it kicked us off the live. How long was I talking to myself for?
No, I checked the Facebook feed. Feed. It's been running. Like,
yeah, but it said I wasn't live. It was just super weird. Like
weird.
StreamYard's being goofy. Yeah. And we obviously had comments come in from YouTube. So who knows what the hell was going on.
Maybe a bug or something. Yep, keep going with your story again.
But yeah, so like I'm not into like posting a bunch of grip and grins of like animals that I killed online. It's just not my jam. But I do like the storytelling of it. And I think I've articulated this before, the similarities between like hunting and fishing and being a business owner is we sign up to do hard, uncomfortable shit. We don't shy away from hard work. We don't shy away from uncomfortable situations. And so you like constantly are putting yourself into those places. And there's so many similarities between like taking risks of the unknown. Obviously, when you're hunting and fishing, you're pursuing wild game. You have ideas or thoughts about what may or may not happen and like patterns of what you expect animals to do, but they're wild ass animals. We're hunting public land in Illinois. These deer could be anything, could be anywhere. They could be doing whatever. You're taking your best, you're gathering as much data as you can and experiences as you can to go give yourself the best chance of like harvesting a good animal. So we went down, and this was it's always a risk reward thing. Everything has a little risk reward element to it. And again, back to like the business side of it. I don't care if you're doing like marketing or recruiting and hiring people, or just like we just switched CRMs in our bookkeeping business. Like that's a total risk reward thing, and it sucks. On Friday night of Halloween, like, I got little kids. Clay Davis, who was riding with me, has, I think, 4 little kids. And so like Halloween's a must. We got to do Halloween, right? Or we probably got to get a divorce because our wives will insist on such. But so like like Halloween's the priority. But here's a thing that happens with hunting. And again, I'm just gonna tie this back to business, which is like you have to get while the getting is good. In business, you need to do marketing when people are shopping. If you think you're going to spend a bunch of money on marketing when nobody gives a shit, or it's like seasonally not time, there's a reason why you see a lot of Christmas ads right now, right? You don't see Christmas ads all summer long because nobody's shopping for shit. So you just don't see it because you don't spend money on marketing when it doesn't make sense to spend it. And so hunting is the same way. It's like when the getting is good, you got to go. So part of that is we go to Illinois the first week of November because that is when deer are moving the most, like especially bucks. They're covering the most amount of ground to find a doe that is going into heat and ready to be bred. And so it's a great time to to, like, if you're trying to kill a certain buck, it sucks because like that buck is covering tons of ground and isn't where you know that he normally is. But if you're just going down to see a lot of deer running around and get a chance at a big buck and you don't really care what buck it is, you just want a chance, like that's a super fun time to be in the woods. Like a lot more opportunities than the rest of the year. And it's a really fun time to go hunt somewhere else because you get to explore, see new shit, and like try new stuff. The situation though was Saturday. Like we were supposed to drive down Saturday morning, and then we've got Saturday afternoon, Sunday, and all the way through the next like Saturday, and driving back the following Sunday. Like we've got a full like week and a day of this hunting trip. But in the forecast, the best day is the first Saturday. And so Clay and I are like, dude, we got to go. Like it's the best day of the entire 8-day window that we have to hunt. The best day in the forecast is the day we're supposed to be driving. And I'm like, man, I hate the idea of driving through the night and get like, A, you're pulling an all-nighter. B, you're driving in the middle of the night in deer country, and deer move in the dark and you don't see them. And so we got a 7-hour drive in like the heart of deer country where deer are their most active and are chasing all over the place. Like you feel like you're in a damn Plinko game. Like a deer could come running across the road at any minute.
Yeah.
And like, you got to be freaking alert and aware. And you're driving from 9 p.m. to 4 a.m., right? There's nothing fun about that, like behind the wheel. But risk and reward, baby. Like it's time. It's the rut. We got to go. So, and this is like, of course, this is how this is going to play out. We know there's a store that we can buy a license from. Like you can't go out without a license. We know there's a store that opens at 7:30 a.m. we can get a license from. So if you back that up, like really it wouldn't make sense for us to leave until like midnight. But we're thinking like, hey, let's hit the road at 9. We're just going to park in a parking lot and nap in the truck until this place opens. And this gas station says it opens at 6. And in the past, they have sold deer licenses. So we'll get down there. We're going to park in their freaking grocery store parking lot and or gas station parking lot. And then we're going to wake up at 6 and get our licenses and get in the woods like right after daybreak. A couple lessons learned that I would just like to relay to everybody, which is sleeping in your truck sucks. Like we got down there at 4:30. We got a little shut eye. Like we got down there safe, some 5-hour energies, plenty of coffee, caffeinated. And I think I timed it perfectly. Like Clay napped a little bit on the way down. I kept trucking. I was the solo driver and got down there. And I think I timed my 5-hour energy. Do you guys have 5-hour energy or like energy shot drinks?
Yeah, we do.
So I think I timed it perfectly. I took it like 3 hours before we got down there, but they're never good for 5 hours. Like it's about, especially if it's in the middle of the night, like it got me through 3 hours. Got down there, got in the gas station parking lot, reclined my seat like a little bit in the truck.
Ever so slightly. Yeah.
Except there's a big cooler and a bunch of gear in the back seat. So I could only like, I had to scoot the seat forward to be able to recline at all. Like it wasn't an ideal situation. Yeah. Man, I probably woke up within that hour and a half of trying to nap. I bet I woke up 4 or 5 times because like maybe I just have a really heavy head, but my neck gets so sore and there's nothing to put you're just like laid back. Something about trying to hold your head up or whatever happens, like damn, your neck gets sore. But we toughed it out.
It's not the best situation for your neck too. It doesn't help with the car seat.
No. There's no good neck support going on in there. But we toughed it out. We got down there at 4:30. We napped for like an hour and a half. I happened to like wake up with a sore neck at 5:59. Like I remember looking at my phone and being like, "Oh fuck!" Like the open sign is on. Like Clay, and like so I'm smacking him. I'm like, "Clay, get up! Like it's time. We're doing this. It's still dark out. Like we're gonna go get our licenses." We walk in. The weirdest, skinniest looking Joe Dirt son of a gun is in there opening this gas station at 6 a.m. And I'm like, hey, bud, you guys still sell deer licenses? No. I'm like, oh, no. Really? He's like, yeah, the insurance place down the street does. And this is like the middle of nowhere in Illinois. Like normally you would go to a sporting goods store to buy a deer license. There ain't no sporting goods stores around. Like it's the middle of nowhere. And he's like, the insurance place sells them, which I think is really weird. But we also were told that from the other gas station that we drove to after we left that gas station. And they're like, no, we don't sell them. The only place to get them is actually the farm and home store in Iowa. And we're like, yeah, we know they open at 7:30. Like we're trying to be out in the woods by 7:30, not like buying our license at 7:30. So we go to Walmart. There's a Walmart in that town in Iowa to try to buy an Illinois tag. They don't sell it. So then we basically sit in that parking lot for until 7:30. Yeah. Get our tags, get out in the woods. And I mean, like exhausted. Like we ended up hunting. I'll say we got in the woods by like 9 a.m. Like we got the tags, got to the parking lot, got all of our shit situated, hunted the rest of the day, like from 9 a.m. And I think Clay saw 3 nice bucks and I saw 2. And I was like this close to getting a shot at one. I was pulled back with my bow, Legolas looking son of a gun, Katniss Everdeen, ready to shoot. And he just like, he was 40 yards away and there was one shot I could have taken, but I couldn't get him to stop. And I didn't get a shot at him, which is rare for me. Usually I'm like, there's an arrow leaving my bow no matter what. Like I'm aggressive at getting my shot. Sometimes that pays for me and sometimes it doesn't. But this was like one time where I was like, I just didn't get an arrow off. Like it's rare for me to get a deer within range and not find a way to get an arrow off, but I couldn't find a good shot. And I kind of like beat myself up over it because I was like, what if that was my one opportunity? Why couldn't I figure out, how couldn't I stop him? Why couldn't I get a shot at him? So it was kind of eating me up, but that day came and went. The next day was pretty slow. We like hunted in the same area and then tried a different area. Saw some bucks, but not a shooter. And I went Monday morning. And this is like, again, back to a business lesson of we like try different stuff. And ultimately we go back to like the thing that we know that works, whether it's marketing, whether it's recruiting, whatever it is. We keep trying different stuff, but like there's the old standby. And the old standby in this spot is the goofiest old standby, which is, and this is like when you're hunting public land, again, this is just like business with other competitors and stuff like that, but you have to know where other people are hunting. You're half hunting what you think the deer are going to do, and you're half hunting how you think the deer are going to react to every other idiot walking around out there. And so there's a spot, we call it the sneaky spot. There's a spot that we have marked that is right next to the parking lot. I mean, like it's 100 yards from the parking lot, and the tree that I sit in is 60 yards from the road. And it's just in this little wedge of public land that if you looked at it on a map, you would just bypass it. And we did for years. And 3 years ago, I think it was the first time I hunted it. 3 years ago, I shot the biggest buck of my life in this little sliver of public land that nobody would ever look twice at. And we deemed it the sneaky spot. The next year, 2 years ago, I wounded a really nice buck there and had some equipment malfunctions and some judgment call malfunctions on my part. And I didn't get that buck. Last year, it kind of got blown out. We let another guy go in and hunt it, and he doesn't do a good job of scent control, and deer react really negatively to like smelling a human. And so it blew out after he hunted it, and I didn't really get to hunt it. This year, like Monday morning, I was like, all right, the weather's right. The wind is right. I just got to go into the sneaky spot. Like it just pays. You just got to go back to the thing you know that works. So no shit. I go in that morning, same tree. Like there's not really a whole lot of trees to get in. There's like 2. And like, it's such a small little spot. So I go up that same tree and I'm just up in there doing my hunting thing, AKA staring at the woods. Like and it's funny, like in this spot, I mean, it's gorgeous out, like watching the sun come up when you're out in the woods and the animals don't know you are there. I don't care if you have a weapon or not, if you're hunting or not, like getting up in the canopy or like up high in a tree and just like watching the world wake up is a win in itself. Like it's epic to be out there and like, you're just a ninja. You're just hiding up in a tree. And so it felt like it should be a really good morning, like nice and cool, high pressure. Squirrels are moving around, and like squirrel movement is indicative of deer movement. Like animals, whatever it is that they're feeling, they all kind of do the same sort of stuff. Like if the squirrels aren't moving, you're kind of like, deer aren't really going to be moving either. Like there's something that's triggering them, whether it's the pressure, whether it's the cloud cover, whatever it is, they're all feeling the same shit. And I'm sitting there, and it's like, I'm probably in the woods by 6 a.m. and now 9 a.m. is rolling around, and I haven't seen deer yet. I heard one deer when I walked in, like I bumped him out. He was in the sneaky spot. He was hanging out right where I was going to be.
Yeah.
But I got in. There's a thing that white-tailed deer do, which if you're a hunter and they do it to you, your confidence level goes from whatever it was to half of that number. And my confidence level going into the sneaky spot was like a 90. And if you encounter a deer and it blows at you, which is like they blow air out of their nose, it's like, and then like a doe will go running away blowing, and it basically is telling every other deer within forever, like, hey, don't go over here. Yeah. It's not safe. During the rut, I don't think it's as impactful because does are running around blowing at all kinds of shit. They might blow at other bucks. Like there's a chance it could bring a buck in. But the morning before, I bumped a doe out and she blew forever, and I didn't see another deer till like 2 p.m. and then I moved. So I don't know if that was the doe blowing or just no deer moving by me, but whatever it was. So I'm sitting there. It's like 9:30's coming around. And I'm like, man, I'm just really surprised I haven't seen anything moving or heard anything moving besides the deer I bumped out in the morning, but it didn't blow at me. It just crept off. And usually when they creep off like that, in my experiences, it's usually a buck. I don't have any proof. That's just the story I'm telling myself. Yeah. I have no proof.
But based on your experience.
In my experience, does blow at you. If you're a woman out there, please don't take this the wrong way, but women are going to let you know what they think. Dudes are more inclined to just, and this is maybe my just like personification of deer. Dudes are more inclined to just walk away and be like, fucking hey, like I'm out of here. Right. They don't yell at you as they're walking away. Not all the time. Sometimes the bucks will blow at you, but a lot of times they just creep off. And so I kind of felt like the deer in the morning just crept off. And I was like, I don't think he knew what I was. I think he was just like giving me some space, and I got up the tree without him, whatever that deer. And it was one deer by itself. And usually does are with a group of deer with their fawns or other does or whatever. What I heard was just one deer walking away. So I'm like, I think there's a buck around. I just need him to like get fired up about something. And all of a sudden it happened. I'm just sitting there staring at a fucking tree in front of me, like hanging off the thing, feeling like, God, maybe the sneaky spot sucks. And all of a sudden behind me, I hear a ruckus. And I turn about the same time that I hear a grunt. So like bucks communicate by going like, bleh. Like literally it's like a belch. It's like a burp. Bleh. And the speed at which they grunt and the duration and like the aggressiveness means different things, right? In their little deer language. Yeah. But it goes from like a what's up to a fuck you. Like there's a range of like how they grunt at other deer and communicate. And it's the same noise, just the aggression changes. And when it hits when it hits the ultimate FU level, it's a snort wheeze where they actually go like, and they like blow at, they like do a triple blow at the other deer. So first I hear a grunt, and then I hear like deer running around, and I turn and I can see a decent buck behind me. And I don't know if this deer was gay or he might have been mad, because when I shot one of these deer, obviously, which is why I'm telling the story. When I cleaned him, he had a hole in his butt cheek. He got stabbed by one of the other deer into his hind quarter. There was literally like where the antler had gone in, the meat was bruised and bloody. Like this deer got stabbed, which sounds horrific, but like this is what deer do to each other. They try to kill each other.
Yeah. It's normal. Yeah.
It's super normal. You'll see antler holes in their face and their neck. You'll see eyes gouged out. Like they're stabbing each other with a head full of knives. Right. So ultimately, I think what happened is my buck got stabbed by a different buck. And then my buck was like, oh, hell no. And so all of a sudden, two nice bucks, like either one of them I would have shot, came like running up at me. They were probably 50 yards away, and all of a sudden they're coming and coming and coming. I didn't even have time to like, I have a rangefinder to see how far my shot needs to be. Like with archery, like it's really important whether it's 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 yards. I'm just like, they're so close. I think it's 20 yards. And when deer are coming by you, whether it's gun or a bow, but especially with the bow, you don't generally want to shoot when they're moving. Like the time it takes your arrow to get there, you'd have to be freaking Legolas to be able to like gauge where they're going to be when your arrow gets there. So the technique that 99% of people use is they go, man, and it's just like a bat. It's just a noise to get that deer to be like, what was that? And so the first deer got through this opening, like the first nice buck, he was getting chased by the other buck who was trying to get him back for poking him in the ass. He got through my opening that I could shoot at, and he would have gotten into another one eventually, but it's like, again, they're wild animals. I don't know that he's going to keep going straight. He could have made a loop and and I would have never got a shot at him. The second buck was coming. So I'm like, that's the one. Like this one's already kind of through. I got to get this one to stop in time. And the second one looked a little bit bigger. They were both big enough where I wasn't like counting points or really looking at the rack. I was like focus on the thing you got to focus on. And again, like back to the business thing, so many people get hung up on the money. And I'm like, the money's the result. Like I preach that to people that I work with, other business owners, like don't build goals around money, build goals around execution. Like do the thing you're supposed to do. The result is the money. And like, it's harder to do than it is to say, but the hunting version of that is like, don't worry about the antlers, like put yourself in the right spot. And then all you are worried about is like, where do I need to get that deer to stop? And where do I need to settle my pin? And what pin do I need to use? Am I anchored right? Is the bow, like, is the bow level? There's a lot of things to execute a good archery shot. And in the speed of the moment, like with a deer in front of you, it's like on steroids. It's really intense. But you can't look at the rack, right? You can't worry about the result. You got to worry about the execution of the process. So I know it's a big buck. I have no idea how big. Even when the guys were asking me after I shot, they're like, what'd you shoot? I'm just like, it could be this. It could be this. Like, all I know is he had a rack on his head and he looked like, I think he was a little bigger than the first one that went through. I can't tell you if he had 6 points, 12 points, 17 points. I don't know. I just know it was a big deer and had like antlers on his head that probably are nice.
It's a deer.
It's a big buck. I don't know.
It's a deer, yeah.
And so when he came through, I tried to get him to stop. I gave him the bap, and my third try, like I'll give 2 baps, but if they don't like halt and pause, then I go with this one. Hey, so literally, like, which I think is hilarious because if you just were like walking through the woods, taking a stroll, and it's peaceful and quiet, and all of a sudden you hear bat, hey, like. You're like, what the hell's going on? And
where did it come from?
Yeah, it's like, what the hell? What I probably should have said is like, heads up, bro. But I on the hay, I mean, like I had to yell at this deer. He's only 20 yards away from me, 25 yards away, but he was so intent on kicking that other buck's ass, he didn't hear me go bat. The first deer did. The first deer stopped and looked at me. The second deer was like, oh, you're stopping? Like, here I come, buddy. I'm gonna smoke your ass. But I got him to stop with the hay. And as happens, again, because they're wild animals and they don't actually care what you want them to do, he stopped right behind a damn tree. His shoulder, like the heart is behind the shoulder and the lungs are right behind that. And that's like what you're trying to hit on a deer to kill them as efficiently as possible. Behind that is the liver. Behind that is intestines and guts. And anything, like the farther you get back in general, the longer it's going to take for that deer to die, and the less likely it is that you find them. If you hit the heart, they're going to die really fast. You're going to find them. If you hit the lungs, there's a chance they live if you hit like one lung. Like deer are tough as nails. You can throw an arrow or a bullet through a deer, and if you just hit one lung, they can survive on that other lung. For not always, it depends if you hit other stuff too, but like they're crazy tough. I have found that if you hit the liver, they die every time. I don't think I've probably bumped a deer and not found it tracking it, but Cole Sycophus and I were having this conversation as we were cleaning my deer because I shot him. We found him. But I had to shoot a little farther back because of that tree. I didn't want to risk hitting the tree. So I shot him. I hit the liver. And when the arrow hit him, he went, ugh! Like, it sounded like I punched him. Like, and when I've also found, this is just an experiential thing, I have no data to back this up, but when you shoot a deer and it makes an audible noise, it's dead. Like, you got it. It's just like, like whenever they go, ugh, you got them. And I've probably only had it happen like 5 times in my entire life. And I've been doing this for damn near 30 years. But he made I didn't, and this like worked out perfectly, actually. I got down to go check my arrow. My arrow was covered in dark blood. When you shoot a deer in the liver, it's like purplish blood. It's dark blood. When you shoot him in the heart or lungs, it's like bright red blood. Liver is dark blood. My arrow's covered in that. I could tell from where the arrow went through. Like, I saw I have lit nocks, like the back of my arrow has a little light on it. So I could see where that went through the deer. Boom. Got him in the liver. And it takes them maybe like 6 to 8 hours to expire if you shoot him there. And so I'm like, well, we can't go track it. And I don't want anybody to know that we're in this little spot. Like, I don't want to give the spot away. It would have to be in the dark that we would go in and track this thing. I don't want to be walking around in here with a headlamp on, like letting people know we're in here. So it's like, and it's going to be cool enough out. The meat's not going to spoil. So we left that deer lay overnight, which is a little like, your mind it messes with your mind a little bit. Like, did I get him? Like, you stew on it. Like, where did the shot hit him? Are we going to find him right away? Are we going to have to track him forever? Are we going to find him? Is there any blood? Turned out, like, so that night, Cole Sycophus shot a nice buck. I went and got him. I helped him get that one out, which was great because then the next morning he could come and help me. So we had kind of a tag team on it. And the next morning, I think before we even got back to where my deer was, Clay Davis shot a nice buck and watched it fall over. And so now we got like 3 bucks down in the course of like boom, 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 boom. And Cole and I were walking in to look for my deer. I had looked for some blood the night before or the morning before, right after I shot it. And I found no blood, which is rare. Like, it was a pretty low hit. Usually you find some blood. I found no blood, backed out. Cole and I were in there looking around, and maybe for 5 minutes. And so I'm like, we're kind of side hilling, looking for any sign of this like blood to track. And I got there's a thing when you're tracking a deer with a guy, there's a thing that they say that's a dead giveaway that they see your dead deer. And it's this, hey, Dan, if you hear that and you're tracking a deer with a guy, somebody goes, hey, Jai, you're like, where is he? Like, you would only ever say that if you see a dead deer. And so sure enough, like, Cole's looking down this ravine, down this like little hellhole, and the buck's just dead down in there. He made it maybe 50 yards from where I shot him. He just ran down in there and was toast. So we got him Monday morning, got him out Tuesday, and then had to, I like process all my own meat. So butchered him up, but it was a successful hunt.
You processed it then and there once you got it. Oh, you drag deer out to your place, right? Like to where you're staying, right?
So it got a little bit different because he died. This was a great experience, and I'm glad Cole was there because Cole knew what to do. Like, the hill that this deer went down in that 50-yard span is like a little canyon. And I mean, we could have dragged him up it, but it would have been a lot. I mean, it was a big, heavy buck. And so I have this frame pack that is built, like, it's made to butcher an animal, pack it all into this big backpack, and carry it out of the mountains. And I've owned this thing for like a decade, and I've never used it. Like, I've had it with the intent of using it, especially in this spot, because it gets really hilly in Illinois where we go. But I had never had the chance to use it. And I was like, Cole, this is it. This is it. We're frame packing this son of a gun out. So we spent like 2 hours down in this hole, butchering the whole thing up, like quartering it, getting all the meat off of it. I wanted to get a shoulder mount, which is like the deer head hanging off the wall. And so you gotta skin it a certain way to do that. So we kind of did all that stuff down in there.
So that's why the picture is missing the body of the
stuff. Yeah, that's why they're bucks.
I was wondering, Where the heck is
where's
Dan's
the body?
buck?
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a nice
Where's
head.
the rest of the buck?
Just shot the head, man. He's just his head came floating through. He's actually a ghost. It was a ghost buck. Just shot him right in the little bit of neck that I saw there.
Should we present the picture?
Yeah, we can show it. We can show it.
Yeah, I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna show it
Yeah.
for every
I did do a
Facebook. Don't look at this.
Cole already put
There
it
you
out
go.
there. Cole threw it out on the Facebook. Yeah, mine's missing the body. You can tell by the way
Yeah.
that it's just a neck.
I was wondering.
Yeah.
I was wondering that. So where
Yeah.
the heck is the rest of Dan's deer?
Yeah. It's it was packed out. It's even like the rib cage and the rest of the hide we left in the woods, but in the gut pile. But we got the heart. The heart's good to eat. Deer heart is awesome to eat. We fried that baby up.
It's awesome. Looks like
yeah,
you have. Looks like you have the same sizes, or am I wrong? I don't know. I don't look at deer. So
yeah, they're all pretty similar. Mine,
Yeah.
like when you score them, there's a methodology to score a deer that's basically like taking a tape measure and measuring all these measurements on the antlers to get a certain like size measurement.
yeah, that's a lot of pointers.
Yeah, and so like you're measuring width, you're measuring mass, you're measuring tine length,
Yeah.
and like the spread of the antlers. Mine, with all the different measurements that you take, mine measured 143 inches. I would guess Clay's was a little bit wider, but a little bit lighter. Like it was a year younger than mine. I think like we kind of estimated mine was like a 4.5 or 5.5 year old. Clay's was maybe a 3.5 or 4.5 year old, and Cole's was a 3.5 year old. I would guess mine was like 143. Clay's was like 135, and Cole's was like 125. But
Yeah. I can see that in the picture. Yeah.
they're all, any of the three of us would have shot any of the three of those bucks. Like if that buck is going by and you're out of state on public land, like if you have private land and it's enough private land, maybe you'd say like, hey, let's pass that and like let it get bigger. It's not foreign that people would pass these bucks and try to get them really, really huge. But like that buck that I'm holding is it ties for my second biggest buck that I've ever shot. And I'm 40 years old and I hunt a lot. So it's like, it's a huge buck.
It is.
They do get bigger, but I've only shot one bigger. And the silly thing is the only one ever that I've shot bigger was in that same damn tree in the sneaky spot. I'm convinced, like even looking at the rack of this deer, I'm 90% sure it's an offspring of the other buck I shot. Like it is super, super similar to the other Big 10 pointer that I shot in Illinois. Like everything is about the same. The other one scored 152 compared to this one at 143. And it's just looking at it like it's on my wall outside. It's just heavier. Like the antlers are thicker. Everything else looks really, really, really similar. Like it's got to be, this one has to be the offspring of that one. But it's cool. It's super fun. So this picture here, I got, I don't have them yet, but I actually got canvas prints made, one for each of the three of us. Cause it's just such like, I mean, it's hard to go shoot a big buck on public land. Like that's a hard task to do. And for the three of us to go and do it all within, I mean, like we got those 3 bucks literally within like 24 hours. So to like have that level of success on an out of state public land trip is pretty astounding, like with that quality of deer. So we had to memorialize it. So we got some canvas prints coming of those.
I like this picture.
Yeah.
Victory pose. Yeah.
That was a good one. That was like I said, that was the first time I've ever hauled an animal out on my back. It was heavy. Like my pack was like with the head and the antlers and like the neck that was left in mine. I think we figured my pack was about 100 pounds and Cole's was probably like 80 with all the meat. It was a lot, man.
This is the two of you. Right. That's right. You put some of the meat on.
Yeah, because Clay was busy messing with his. Clay had his like, at the same time Cole and I were getting mine out. So it was a feat. But so I got other deer stories, but I'll leave them be. Before we jump, I guess next week we'll do the P&L analysis.
Next week. Yeah,
next week.
Next week.
But but give me the breakdown for you of like this weather, right? Like, are
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys? I mean, like you're in tropical storm central.
Yeah.
Does it feel like it's life threatening every time? Does it feel like, oh, here comes another one? Like, what's your mindset when you see one of these huge ass storms rolling in on you guys?
Well, for us, my situation is kind of different because I live in a different place from where the news is at. So in my area, it's pretty. I don't want to say it's subtle, but it's not that challenging for us because we live
Like
like
you're up higher or what?
I don't know, maybe the typography or not typography, the geography is that a word? Like I don't want to use big words.
I think
Yeah,
topography would be the right word. Like
yeah,
the
because
elevation and the way the land
yeah,
lays out.
because if you look at the Philippine map, we're kind of located on a peninsula and we're across what do you call this? We're pointed downwards. We're
Okay.
situated downwards. So um
So
it's
like
different for
blows over
us
you a little
because
bit.
yeah, I don't want yeah, because we have a mountain range here. So it's not the wind's not that strong with what is depicted on the TV and the news.
Okay.
Plus there's not a lot of flooding in our area, but there are some towns that are, experience flood,
Yeah.
but now no flash floods, just a little bit of storm surges and stuff. The thing is, we experience this every year.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, which is weird. It was like we're expecting typhoon season like this year. We better stack up on stuff and we better move to higher ground and stuff like that. But no, we choose to stay like and build houses near the coastal
Yeah,
lines and
because it's
stuff.
pretty. Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah, it's normal for us. Like, what do you call what typhoon? Like,
Yeah. It's
there's no
just a little
typhoon
wind.
here.
It's just a little wind going on.
Yeah, but no, um, I don't know, but for my situation, it's kind of different. And the news, what you see in the news, yeah, it's pretty blown up. For some areas, especially in Cebu and Manila, because those are the crowded and much more, developed places.
Yeah.
Um, plus we have, I don't know, a running issue about flood control budget stuff that our politicians just, pocketed the money and stuff, corruption and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's an issue too. Um,
Yep.
but I don't want to talk about that. But
Sounds
yeah,
like politics.
yeah, it is politics. But yeah, talking about this being a yearly thing, we talk about it like with our family, like you better move out or better um move to some live in someplace different, like especially if you live along the coastlines here in our area. But n- I don't know, people choose to build um their houses near coastal areas because there's nowhere
Yeah.
there's nowhere they can build a
You're on a
house
bunch of
for them.
islands. Most of the land
Yeah.
is a coastal area.
It is.
Do
So
do the typhoons come from any direction, or do they generally all come from like west to
the
east or east to west?
Pacific, yeah, mostly it's generated from the Pacific. Then it
Okay,
comes
so it's
like
coming east to west for you guys.
from right to left, like a curved manner.
Okay.
My camera is mirrored, so I'm doing the reverse of it. You have
Yeah,
to flip me around.
flip
Yeah,
you around.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's coming from
So
the Pacific side. It's coming at you guys from the east, and then it's kind of
yeah,
turning up to the north when it gets to the islands.
it's this kind of movement from
Yeah.
the Philippines. So it's from the Pacific and then moves towards ever so slightly upwards to Japan and Taiwan. So
So it's like it's funny. I mean, it's southern hemisphere, so I think it would make sense that it kind of flows opposite of the northern hemisphere. But ours, like down by Florida,
mm,
they're the opposite. They generally go from like west to east, but same thing. They go north. They go away.
oh, okay.
Ours go away from the equator. I think that has to do with ocean currents and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
But they're generally like pushing north to from ocean to land, and they tend to, depending on which side of Florida they hit, like Florida funnels them. Like Florida dips down into the Caribbean Sea, and Florida will, like, if it hits, it's funny if it's hitting the outside of Florida, like if it's hitting the east coast of the U.S., it'll a lot of times like bounce off of the land, and it'll hit the Carolinas and stuff like that, and it'll go back out to the sea. If it comes up the Gulf, and like somebody probably knows a hell of a lot more of this than I do because I live in Minnesota, but it seems like if it comes up the Gulf, it just kind of doesn't know where to go. And sometimes it'll just like hang out and just dump a shitload of rain. Like it loses its momentum once it gets off of the ocean versus if it stays out on the Atlantic coast, it stays on the ocean and like carries its momentum. The minute it like comes on land up through the Gulf, whether it hits Texas, Louisiana, like up into there, it kind of like fizzles, but it's such a powerful storm and just like sits there and keeps dropping rain. Sometimes it keeps pushing north. Like it's gotten into like Tennessee and like as far north as like New York before, like kind of pushing up into land. But it is interesting. Like they're like predictable, but not always, right? Like
not
how
really,
strong, like you kind of, they're coming, but how strong they are and like which direction they take and why they take it, like is always a little bit. I was curious. Like I kind of wondered the same thing about the people that live in Florida here. It's like, you're gonna. This is like an annual thing. You're gonna have it every single year forever and ever and ever. Yeah. Like it's inevitable. It's just where you live. And yet they build the biggest, fanciest houses right on the friggin' side of the ocean. Like at some point, I'm just like, what?
That's what I say too. Yeah.
What are we doing here?
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. Also, Philippines is located alongside the Ring of Fire, so we've experienced
you got
earthquakes
volcanoes,
too.
You got typhoons, you got a little bit of everything, man.
Dude, I'm telling you, like the one city that's been hit, like at Cebu, it's been really recently hit by an earthquake, and they were just rebuilding their town and stuff. All of a sudden, there's this typhoon coming in, super typhoon, not just any other typhoon. Like it's a big one. It's almost as big as the Philippines itself, or maybe even bigger. So it's crazy.
Nonstop.
It's the first time I had my motorcycle toppled over too. Something that I own.
The wind just blew it right over.
Dude, the wind was very strong. Like we had our power interruption like 4 or 5 hours out.
Yeah, that's not bad though. That it was only out for 4 or 5 hours. Like I'm sure there are places where it's out for days.
But our internet went down, so we just recently, got fixed. So
you're back online.
Good. Yep. So that's it. This is going to be a yearly thing for if you ever, get for the people who's listening. If you ever get Filipino strategic partners or VAs, expect them to experience.
The fall in the fall in the U.S. You're gonna get some lapses in coverage.
But this is type 2 fun for us. Like what you say.
Yeah, type 2 fun.
Yeah. It's not funny at the moment, but after that, you're just smiling.
Yeah, we made
jokes about it.
Made it again. And as long as you can do that the first week of November every time when I'm on a hunting trip, that works perfect. Then your internet can be down. I'm out hunting anyway. Like we're both in the clear. Mine, yours is external threats. Mine is like my own stupidity. If I like fell out of a tree or, like got gored by a deer walking in. I have walked in and had a buck like come right at me to within like a couple of yards. That was pretty spooky. And I had my red deer can't see color. So like I always wear a red headlamp and it was like a foggy morning. So imagine like red light in like the bushes in like small spindly trees. Like it was eerie, foggy red light. Yeah. Like it feels like something's about to die, and it might be me.
Did you ever experience that? Like the deer just went past you. Like, does it ever happen? Like, they walk right past you.
Usually, I'm up a tree 20 feet, and so like they will go right under you. And sometimes they'll like look up at you, right? They're like, "What the hell are you doing up there?" Again, if it's a mature doe, they can't leave without yelling at you. If they, in their sense of smell is so good that if they see you, they will start stomping. Like they literally will look at you and stomp their foot. And what they're trying to do, we think, is that they're trying to get you to move because they're trying to get confirmation that you are indeed something. Because they're
Trying to get you to
right, like
go down the tree.
they live here. You are in their
Yeah.
fucking house. It'd be like
Yeah.
if you walked in and somebody was on your couch,
Get
but
down
they,
here.
but they didn't move. Like, but
Yeah.
you go in
Get
and
down here. Yeah.
instead of them being like, "Hey, what's up, Jai?" There's like, you'd be like, "What are you doing in my house?" And they're sitting there, right? So like, it's the doe's way of saying like, "What are you doing in my house?" And they're stomping,
Yeah.
they're stomping,
Yeah.
and then because you just sit there still.
Respond,
You
guys. Don't
you
respond.
kinda- if you look at them and they're looking at you, they actually look into your soul. So you got to make sure you got to like look away. It's a real thing. I don't know that it actually is,
Okay.
but like
But based on
they recognize a face when they see it,
a
right?
face.
And so like you want to hide your face because the rest of you is just a blob. But when they see this white ass mug up in a tree, they're like, that's a dude. Like, what's that dude doing here? And why is he trying to be so sneaky? Like he's not moving, he's up to something. And so they'll work their way around you and get downwind of you because the deers, like, they don't trust their eyes, they trust their nose. To the extent like we need to see it to believe it, they need to smell it to believe it. And so they will go downwind of you to confirm what the hell you are. And if they confirm that you are indeed a human, they will blow their asses out of there and they'll let every other deer. It's like I think they run around for the next mile blowing and telling every deer like, "There's a fucking guy over there. Don't go over there." But yeah, they're like
wolf.
The one time that I was like walking in the morning. This was spooky. Then we'll end the show because I gotta go get my kids.
Okay. Yeah, I know.
I was walking in the morning bow hunting, and it's foggy out and it's pitch black. All I had it's like when you walk into the woods and it's pitch black, but there's no cloud cover, you can still kind of see. Your eyes adjust. Yeah. There's moonlight, there's stars. You can kind of work your way through the woods a little bit. When there's cloud cover and it's dark out, you can't see shit. I mean, like, and it's foggy, you really can't see shit. So I got my headlamp on and I run a red light so that deer can't see it, but it does make everything look really spooky. It's like a horror movie.
Yeah.
And so I'm walking down this trail that we have, and we had done logging like in the last couple of years. And when you log an area, like all the mature trees are gone. And in our area, what grows back is popple trees or aspen trees. And they're these spindly little stick trees. They eventually get tall, get blown over. Like they have a shallow root system. But like when they first start coming up in shoots before they mature, there's like 3 of these trees per square foot. Like, and so like I'm walking through this tunnel of these things. It feels like I'm in jail. It's just like jail bars. And I am dragging a deer scent. So I don't do this much anymore, but like one of the strategies I used to employ was I would drag doe and heat scent behind me. I used to have like fishing pliers because I didn't want to touch it because I'm like super scent conscious. I don't want my human scent getting on anything. So I would like tie a string with rubber gloves onto a tampon. Like I would ask my wife to buy me some unscented tampons. I'd soak that all in doe pee. And then I'd use the fishing pliers to grab that string and I'd walk into the woods and drag it. So like a deer would smell that and be like, oh, a doe went this way. And so I'm walking through the woods. I got bow in one hand and like, I don't know what else, maybe like a seed or something in the other hand. And then I'm dragging this rope, but my hands are full and the wind is at my back. So the wind is blowing in the direction that I'm walking. And all of a sudden I hear something up in front of me. And I'm like, uh-oh, like whatever's in front of me can smell everything I got going on. Like assuming it's a deer, it can probably smell me, the human, but I do a lot of things to eliminate my scent, which is, it's all incremental. Like I think the deer smell you, but they think you're farther away type of thing. Like they still know something's up, but it's not like you just ran a marathon and you're all sweaty and they smell you and they would be gone. And I tend to find like I do a good job of getting deer downwind of me that don't get spooked. So like I know that I'm doing some shit right where they can't smell me very well. But what they can smell really well is all this doe pee that tells this deer that I am a doe in heat. And bucks don't give a shit about what you are. They give a shit about what they think you are. And this deer in front of me, I came to find out, happened to be a buck. Not a very small buck either. Like, it was a decent buck. And I have never been so close to a deer on foot in my life. I don't think. A live deer. I've been close to a lot of dead ones, but I don't think just like on the ground, but nothing really between me and him. He clearly smelled me and clearly was interested. And it's pitch black, and I've got my spooky red headlamp on, and I hear him coming, and I kind of freeze because I have like I got my bow in one hand, but like the arrows are on a quiver. Here, I got my bow hunting shirt on. I got the bow, and then I got the quiver, but the quiver is attached to the bow. It's not loose, and there's no there's none, not one of these arrows in the bow. I'm just holding on to the whole thing, and I got something in my left hand, probably like clothes and shit. Like a lot of times I walk in and like carry extra clothes and whatever. So I'm like, uh-oh, this deer is like coming towards me. I have no way to protect myself. And he thinks I'm a doe, and deer don't see great. Like their eye scent isn't great. So, eyesight. Yeah, their eyesight is not great. Eyesight. Their eyesight is not great, and I'm wearing this red headlamp. He probably sees like some brightness on my head, but can't really tell what's going on. Like all he knows is there's a hot doe that is in heat, and she's coming for me, and I'm coming for her. And so I like stop, and I don't know exactly where he is, but I can hear him coming, and he's close. And all of a sudden, I look to my left, and he's maybe like 4 yards away from me, right there, and I turn my red light towards them, and when you turn your red light towards a deer, their eyes glow red. Looks like a freaking demon, Jai. He's demon. He's about to kill me
with the horns.
He's gonna kill me. He's got a rack. He's like here. He's not as big as the buck that I shot, but like he's got a full rack of antlers, and they're pointy. And he's now he's close enough to see that I'm not what he wanted to see. Right? He wanted to see a deer. I don't know what a deer thinks when they're like, ooh, a horny doe. And then they're like, oh, a dude blob. You know, like I don't know what is going through his mind, but he stops and he's got his head sideways and he's just looking at me, but his head is kind of turned like he's about to come spar me. Like sparring is when they smash their heads together. Like they puff up and they turn their head and then they come at you. Like I watch them do this to each other, right? So I'm like, I mean, it's pitch black. The woods is quiet. I'm trying to be a ninja. Remember? Like I'm trying to not make a noise. That shit went out the window. That approach of being a ninja and being sneaky went out the damn window because here he comes. And I looked at him and I just went, nope. Like out loud, as I was like, nope, nope. And he's like, then he starts doing this, like, what? Like, what's going on? Like, what do you mean, nope? And I was like, nope, And he
I what you think. I hate what you think.
He's looking at me. And I think, I mean, again, this is my personification of a deer. Who knows what the hell's going through their head? They're wild ass animals, and they're super, like, their swinging testosterone is like 0 to 1 billion this time of year. They go from all being buddies and hanging out with velvet antlers to trying to kill each other, like literally trying to murder each other to have sex with females. That is like the extreme testosterone swing that they go through. And I'm a sexy female until I'm not. And so I think he's about to come try to kill me. And like potentially he would have. But I had the foresight to blow my hunt by being like, nope. And I think he went, okay. Like, I'm pretty sure that was his reaction. He just walked off. And he kind of I kept looking at him and he kept looking at me. And his look to me was just like, the hell is that guy doing? You know, like he walked away just like, why is that dude smell like a sexy doe? Like he just
I thought,
and like
I thought he was gonna say like, "Oh man, there goes my score."
I mean maybe that's what he thought. I don't know what he thought. I'm
Yeah,
sure he was disappointed. No matter what,
yeah.
he left that
Oh
encounter
man,
disappointed. And
you
I
gotta deal
remember
with this blue balls.
I was like up until that encounter with him, I was walking so slow. It was just ninja. What? No, nobody's gonna hear me. I was just sneaking. After that encounter, I marched to my stand. I was walking full speed. I was like, I'm getting off this fucking ground, dude. I got to get up in the air. This is unsafe down here. This is unsafe. I got to get out of here. Anyway. Yeah. I'm still
Good
alive.
ass stories, man.
I'm still alive. All right. That was the hunting story episode. I will, like, again, I think going forward, maybe it's next week. I think doing a segment on the show. There's two things I want to do, Jai, and I've mentioned one before. I think doing a monthly P&L analysis of
P&L
best
breakdown.
bookkeeping would be fun on the show. I also think one of our monthly shows we should invite. I got to clear this with the rest of the panel, but we should invite clients of Unique Genius, Click, Call, Sell, Hire, Lead, Chill to jump on the show with us and it's a chance for them to get coaching, right? Get like feedback, and we'll make a show out of it. I haven't started promoting it to my clients yet, but I have a lot of clients that like want to meet and pick my brain. And every time I do, I'm like, man, we should be recording this. Like, this is an episode where we could help a whole lot of people. That approach is probably not for everybody, because not everybody wants to air their problems out on a podcast, but some are game for it. And I think, and I can try to convince them to be game for it. But I think that would be some super fun content to create, of like live problem solving, live coaching, live situational analysis. So I want to do that. I think we can try it. If we get bites, it'd be awesome. If not, we'll scrap it. But I think it'd be fun to do.
Looking forward to it then.
That's all I know. I should probably finish my cocktail and then go get my kids. It sounds terrible. But Marty's out of town, so I'm on dad duty, and the cleaners come tomorrow. My kids are already aware of this. I think this is an important lesson for all you business owners, all you parents, all you business owners that are also parents. We all already know this, but setting expectations is really important. It's the mechanism I use to go on as many hunting trips as I do. And I've cleared this with Marty that as long as I ask her far enough in advance, we don't have how long that is. Is it 2 months, 3 months? Is it a year? I don't know. But if it's far enough in advance, the answer is always yes. She's never said, no, you can't go on that. I don't really ask her. I more tell her also, but it's not a problem if she can plan on it, right? It's only ever a problem if it's like, hey, by the way, next week I'm gone. And she's like, what? Like, now I got to rethink my life, right?
Yeah.
And I find the same goes with our employees, and the same goes with our customers, and the same goes with our kids, which is if my kids came home today and I was like, hey, I need you guys to clean the house, there would be a problem. But from last night through this morning, every encounter I had with them was, hey, remember, when you guys get home from school Wednesday, we got to clean the house because the cleaners come tomorrow. I'm saying this proactively. I hope it doesn't bite me in the ass, but my expectation is that when they get home today, they know we're cleaning the damn house, which I'm aware that sounds hilarious because we have cleaners coming. So we're cleaning for the cleaners, but you got to pick shit up. You got to like move the shit out of their way.
Clean
up
a little bit.
Yeah.
Clean up a little bit. Yeah.
I just realized, I think the vertical view of us is on Instagram right now. I think my head was half out of the frame most of the show that I was talking. I think I was two-facing it. What's up, people on Instagram? It's a new StreamYard thing that you can change vertical.
Yeah, I can see it on my end too. Yeah, but it also this is new, but also the volume is kind of off, I think. But it's all good.
That's why you hire a producer for stuff like that.
That's me. I'm the producer.
Yeah, that's why you hire a Jai. All right, I should probably get going.
Right.
Jai, you the man. I got Kedma on tonight. Kedma and I are gonna have a blast on the show tonight, assuming I can get my kids to bed.
Got it.
That'll be a fun one. Super fun. All right, buddy. You the man. I'll talk to you later. Business nerds, you guys know what to do. Work smarter and harder. Go earn yourself some pride. We'll see you in 3.5 hours with Kedma. Something like that.
Oh,
I say it
yeah.
wrong all the time, but she's the shit. She used to be my coach. We're talking like business transitions, business partnerships, business fallouts, like real talk. We're going deep. It'll be super, super juicy, super raw. It'll be fun. All right. See ya.